Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm back with another LEGO City update video, and I'm gonna apologize in advance because this is entirely handheld, so the camera might be a little bit shaky, and I don't know if the lighting is the best, but I really wanted to update you guys on my city display before I go back to California for the next like 6 or so months. I mean, I live there now, but I just mean I'm not gonna be home for a while, and I don't want to wait another 6 months to do a city update video. But before we get into it, I do want to remind everyone that I am an employee of the LEGO Group. However, all opinions expressed in these videos are my own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the LEGO Group, and the LEGO is a registered trademark of the LEGO Group of companies, which does not sponsor, authorize, or endorse this site. Okay, so I don't even remember what this thing looked like the last time I did an update, but of course the big new thing is having Avengers Tower in the center instead of my custom version. We now have the huge official set, so I hope it's not too dark in the middle of the city, but I did rearrange stuff more than I expected. I've always had the Sanctum all the way to the right where the Bugle is now, and the Bugle is where the police station was, and the police station was where Avengers Tower is. However, I really didn't like having Avengers Tower kind of shoved up against Assembly Square over there, and I don't know, I wanted to rearrange some stuff. I wanted the back of the tower to have a little room to breathe, but then obviously the front of the tower also needs a lot of room to breathe, and this is why in the MCU, the tower is built out of a building that is like as tall as the police station. So you don't need to worry about having room for those things. So I do really want to build a base for my tower as well. But I do like what I've ended up with here. I have the Sanctum still set up in like a Multiverse of Madness display, and then I threw the Hulkbuster in there just because I thought it was cute. I really like that Hulkbuster build, so I wanted to have it in somewhere. And then I do really like what I came up with for the tower. I kept as much as I could the same as I showed in my review, but I did have to move some stuff, so I managed to keep Loki's chariot where it is, but I did have to add a bunch of pieces to kind of rise it up out of the Sanctum's way. And then I threw Spider-Man from the Sanctum in there because I think he should be helping the Avengers. And I really, really preferred this location for Black Widow because I think that that just looks way better for her because she used to be like around where Spider-Man was. And then I still got Hulk and the Chitauri, but I also added an entire Outrider army. Because this is a big thing that's new about my city, is that now in the center I have a park area, and I'm really happy about this because it's something I've always wanted to do. So I didn't really add like a ton of stuff into the park. It's just got a few like leaves and trees, and hopefully the shadows aren't too dark in there. But I also added my entire Outrider army, every single one that I have, and they're all just swarming the base of Avengers Tower. And I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. I think it looks excellent, and I really like it. I also love the clear view you have down the center of the city from over here by the train tracks. I do want to add a lot more park stuff because I only have that fountain in the center and then this little like picnic table and coffee stand, and that's by the newsstand from the Daily Bugle, but I want to add some like benches and like maybe walking paths, but I just don't know when I'm going to get around to it. I feel the same about the stuff on the side because right now I have like a little otter habitat, but I really want to add a bunch of vegetation along the sides, like below the train tracks. But as for the rest of the superhero display, the Daily Bugle is pretty much just its own thing, but I really love everything that I've done with the Avengers. So I have a Leviathan on top of the police station because it's just like the perfect place for it to be coming like snaking between the skyscrapers. I put Giant Man there, kind of trying to go for the Leviathan. I have Iron Man falling down from the tower. Wasp, who I just put Wasp there, and then I put Giant Man there, but I love that they're together. And then I've got Thor coming up from above to smash the thing in the face with a hammer. And then I also put Captain Marvel at the back. I don't love her placement, but I couldn't really come up with anything better, and I was on a time crunch, so that might change in the future. But I do have Chitauri all around as well. And then I did do a little Shang-Chi display with him fighting his dad just because I really love those rings. And I think that it adds a little flavor to the display and doesn't make it all about like Avengers 1. Then, of course, I have Vision, Scarlet Witch, and Ultron over there. I kept like War Machine fighting the Chitauri. I put Thanos up on the roof. He kind of actually just sits in place on like those skylight window panes. And then the Iron Man Mark 50 is coming in from the back to mess him up. Falcon is still there. And then I did put Ironheart up there because I wanted her fighting with her like idol. I mean, I was gonna say mentor, but Tony never met her. But I don't know. I just wanted to put her in there too because I do love my Iron Man characters. I threw Hella into the Sanctum because I really wanted her in this display but couldn't find a good spot to put her, so we'll just pretend she's summoning demons. And then, speaking of demon summoning, I do have Scarlet Witch down there being evil, chasing America, and I put Quicksilver fighting like back to back with her because I wanted to reunite the siblings. And Kevin Feige is in the middle of all the superheroes there with Black Panther and like Okoye and Nakia and Shuri, although I couldn't find her minifigure of her in the Black Panther suit, so I'll have to swap that out once I do find that minifigure, but I like that they're all defending Kevin Feige. As for the normal side of the city, I've still got the bookshop and diner together. I added a bunch of parking spaces, so I really think I've got the right number of cars, not too many, but just enough to make it look busy. I am going to add more minifigures throughout the city because I think it looks a little bit quiet. I really think you could do with some more minifigures, but I just don't want it to get too chaotic. So I might take the time to do that next time I'm home. But I do love the kind of vintage things I have going on here. Like you have the old timey movie theater with the old timey car. And then I also have the vintage taxi parked outside the boutique hotel, which I guess that was actually the gift with purchase for the boutique hotel. That's why they go so well together. And then I've just got like the Marvel taxis out on the streets as well. Love this Ideas car. I wanted it like cruising by the boutique hotel because I feel like their vibes kind of match. And then I also wanted it by the water. I've got James Bond going down the street, but I kind of maybe will replace his car with something a bit more colorful. Assembly Square is slightly ruined by the giant Hulkbuster on top, but I think that's okay. I still really love its placement as well. And then I've got the person in the kayak truck going for a vacation while the people in the camper are coming back from a vacation. This tunnel is still like one of my favorite mocks ever. Like I just think I did a really good job with it and I love it so much. I do want to add a railing to the staircase. I did have to like move a couple of the railing pieces because the train tracks were hitting the wall, but as you can see now they just go right behind the city and I think it works really really well. So I'm going to go ahead and show that to you guys next. But finishing up with the water, I do want to add like some rocks, some waves. I want to do something here. I did put some dolphins down there, but I don't know. They're kind of jumping beneath the bridge, so maybe I'll move them back to like where the tunnel is. But yeah, there's still like some detail work that I want to do around the city, but I don't want to add too many minifigures because like there's so many more superheroes that I want to put in here, but it would just really, really overwhelm everything. I'd love to wall mount like a Quinjet and the Sanctuary 2, Thanos' ship, but I don't think I'm going to get around to that in this house because I'm not here that much anymore. And that seems like something I should save for like when I have my own house and a bigger Lego collection. Okay, so I actually stabilized the camera for this part because we're just going to watch the train go around. My railway is still elevated. I did do a lot of work on it. It took me like 3 or 4 hours actually yesterday, which I wasn't expecting because I thought most of the work had been done. But I had never finished the back, and then it was like hitting the sanctum when the sanctum was in the corner where the bugle is now. So it was just a little bit of a headache, but I really love it. Like, I think it's perfect now. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. And it's just going up over the bridge, past the train station, and then here it comes around the corner, and that is just beautiful. It does hit the bridge a little bit, like by those green signs, but unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. You know, that bridge was made for like really tiny minifigure scale cars, not trains, and so I'm pretty impressed with like the conversion that I've managed to do. Another change I might want to make is when it comes around the bend around the bugle, at this speed, I'm always afraid that it's going to derail and then crash into the display I have next to the city. So I might try to build like a little bit of a wall around that corner because as you can see, it comes around a little bit fast. And if it derails, it's going to smash straight into the log cabin and treehouse. So I might do a little something there because I think it just, oh, yep, it derailed. Okay. That worked well for a little while though. So yeah, I think I need to have some kind of wall there. I'm just glad that it derailed here and not onto my display. And I guess these things have to be sturdily built for a reason because ignore the mess below the city, but nothing on it really broke besides the front piece, so I'm impressed. I had wanted to build Disneyland below my city, which is why there's a bunch of Disney sets and train tracks there, but I think it's clearly not happening at this point, so I'm just going to start dismantling all of that because I know that my mom is going to move in like a few years, and I should really be like better prepared for that move to happen because I have so much stuff built. But thank you guys so much for watching. I do have a lot of cleanup now to do before I head back to California, so I'm going to go ahead and jump on that. I don't know how much more this city layout is going to change. I don't think it really will. Like I said, I just want to do some detail work, add some trees, some like stuff in the water, more minifigures. And I mean, maybe I'll find a way to suspend like ships without hanging them from the ceiling because I think that that's too much work. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Avengers Tower is gorgeous. It is definitely the centerpiece of my city. And I am just like in love with my display. So I hope you guys like it too. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.